Hello, everybody. Jeff Siegel here. And this week is my birthday, and I feel as healthy and as well and as vital as I've ever felt in my entire life. Right? And so, although I am biologically older, right, on the inside, that age seems like it is decreasing. All right, now let's get real. I probably can't deadlift as much as I could a couple of years ago. I don't recover from workouts as quickly as I used to. And my body fat percentage has probably gone up a few ticks, right? But all of that, right, is less important to me at this moment than feeling truly connected to my body, capable of doing so many different things, having freedom to use my body in different ways, to move, and the trust that I can engage in all sorts of different challenges, physical challenges, mental challenges, emotional challenges, and that I will have the energy, the strength, the resilience to make it through that. And all of that begins with this deep, rich relationship with my body, right? Of which subsumes, encompasses my health, my well-being, right? And so I don't want to say that, deadlifting and body fat are not important. I think those are nice things, they're important pieces of the puzzle, but we often get hyper-focused on these tiny little pieces, these little fitness features. They're like add-ons in a car, when more importantly is the experience that you get of being in that car. Right? And I want to just take a moment to talk about the broadened, more inclusive definition of wellness that I think all of us, can benefit from. Because I've noticed in my own life, which started, right, very much in this sort of furious fitness. I just want muscles, I just want strength, I just want speed. And to be honest, that was so important for me at that point in time, right? Fitness, to a certain extent, saved my life. It gave me structure, it gave me focus, it allowed me to put my energy into something that was productive rather than destructive. And I've seen this be true with so many people, which is why I love movement, exercise, fitness as a doorway to taking self-care and self-responsibility, right? But it shouldn't end there. It should keep going, and we need to expand. And this is what I want to offer you, is to come with me on this journey to be able to incorporate these different elements where movement is one piece. And again, movement itself is so big and it's so broad. My personal practice, yeah, it includes lifting weights, it includes running and swimming and different things like that, but so much of it is just made up of tiny little movements. All right, little bits of stretching, little bits of myofascial release, little bits of tuning in. Things like yin yoga, where I'm sitting quietly, stilly with my body, really truly noticing the structural pieces, trying to integrate. How am I moving? How am I not moving? How can I bring a little bit more care and attention? These are the pieces that are really upstream, that allow you to be in your body with so much freedom, so much energy, and without pain. Because if you're in pain, guess what? Nothing else is going to be fun. That's step one. Get out of pain. Right? And there's so many reasons that you could be in pain. And when people come to me and they're not feeling well, right? It's like we need to look far and wide. Right? And I think this is the problem with so much of our current kind of medicalization and compartmentalization of health, is that we only look in certain little domains and we only test for certain little things. And a lot of times we're not looking at the right stuff, or we're not testing for the right stuff, right? And so this is why I'm a big fan of getting your blood lab work done, because that can show us a lot of things. But guess what? Even your blood lab work is not necessarily going to tell you exactly what is making you feel so crappy, right? There's all sorts of stuff, like maybe you have mold in your home or some exposure. Maybe you've been exposed to toxic metals, things like mercury, like lead, from paint, from fillings in your mouth, from surgeries that you've had some while ago. All right, maybe it's an exposure to pesticides and chemicals, right? Things like glyphosate, which we know, right, can kind of impair your gut's permeability, and then leading to more chemicals coming in. And so we think about the overall load of stress on your body, and it might not be any one thing. It might be the culmination, the summation of all of these different things that have now tipped your body into a place where it's now symptomatic disease, distress. Right? And so we add in these chemical stressors with physical stressors, right? Like so much time, posture, here, computer, right? And guess what? I'm subject to this too. So we need to do extra work, take extra care to make sure that, yes, we're spending less time with our heads forward, that we're spending less time sitting and compressing our hip flexors or tilting our pelvis or having our spine in poor alignment, right? More time walking if we can be, more time drinking water, more time out in the natural sunlight. These are all really helpful things, and I recognize that it's not easy. We can't snap our fingers and immediately teleport to some beautiful tropical island where life and health and wellness are so integrated. All right, that would be nice. That would be awesome. One day, come with me on retreat. We can do that. All right, but until that point, we want to work with what you've got, where you're at, and that's why having coach working together is so helpful. I want to help you make those changes, make those adjustments to your lifestyle, right? And then we talk about food. How is the things that you're bringing into your body, again, adding into that overall stress load or helping alleviate it? Right? Because the path of integration and health and well-being and the path of deterioration and decay are really the same, right? And just sometimes we're moving in one direction as opposed to the other, all right? And we need to figure out what are the right foods that are going to be good for your body. How can you eat in a way that's going to take care of your digestion, your microbiome? How can you eat in a way that's going to help with your blood sugar, your body weight, your mood, right? And then we add in the elements of sleep. Are you actually taking care of the most important thing that you can do to charge your battery up? Because if you are coming into the day, all right, already depleted, guess what? Everything else you do is going to be impaired. You know that. You don't need me to tell you that, but we all need help to make sure that we're taking care of this on a regular basis. And that's what is so hard about so many of these lifestyle practices, is that we're getting hit from every angle, from things that disrupt our mind and our body, our health, our well-being. And it's really hard to see all these pieces. It's really hard to manage all these pieces. And again, this is why actually working with someone, to sit down, to take the time, to map this out, and then to go in there and say, guess what? All right, we're going to make this adjustment over here so I can sleep better, and we're going to make this adjustment over here so I feel less bloated after I eat, and we're going to make this adjustment over here so I don't have that pain in my back, and we're going to make this adjustment over here so I just have more energy during the day, and then, oh, we're going to do this one over here. I'm going to learn how to better regulate my nervous system. So when I notice myself getting freaked out and stressed out, I don't need to turn to some unhealthy coping mechanisms, right? I don't need to alleviate my stress just with booze or with porn or with some other sort of thing that may not be serving you, right? But it's like, I have tools. I have my breath. I have movement. I have supportive relationships. I have nature. I have a connection to something bigger than myself in whatever way that makes sense for you. And so I'm saying all of this now because my own definition of wellness continues to expand year after year after year, and I hope that it continues to expand. I hope I look back on this video some many birthdays from now and being like, damn, Jeff, like, you know, you didn't even know. You didn't even see it, all right? That is my goal, all right? I want to keep expanding, keep evolving possibilities for myself, and I want to help do that with you because guess what? It's actually working together. It's doing this together that makes all the difference because I can only go so far by myself, all right? And you can only go so far by yourself, sitting at home in front of your computer, foraging for information, trying to find things that are making you feel better. I want to honor that impulse in you, right? To heal, to grow, to develop, to become stronger, healthier, fitter. And I want to invite you to do this in partnership, in community, because that is what turbocharges it and makes it sustainable. So that is my little rant about wellness, about birthdays, about getting out of pain, and about, you know, growing old with ease. Maybe not ease, but with grace. So I'm going to pause. I'm just going to say, Jeff Siegel, breathe, smile, and move gracefully into the next part of your life.